Good morning, everyone. I welcome you back to my YouTube channel. To those of you that are new to this channel, just make sure that you subscribe. You also hit the like button and don't forget to share to others. So, I have been receiving questions like how do I prepare for semester 2, particularly to my students that are doing their natural sciences at Mulungushi University. So, those that are learning from me at Mulungushi, this article is going to prepare you and is going to give you ideas concerning how you go about your semester 2. So I took some time to make this for you so that you can just use it um, as a point that is going to help you understand just how you go about your sem 2. So if you have a question, you make sure that you inbox me on the WhatsApp line that you are able to see on the screen, and I will be able to respond to you in my own time. Okay, so with me here are 7 steps, 7 good points on how to go about your semester 2. Okay, so the first point is simply saying you put your materials in order. So, what does this imply? Well, that is the first thing that you're supposed to do as a student. You must make sure that all your materials are put in order. Make sure that you collect materials from your seniors, and if at all you've got people that are ahead of you that seem to have materials that they used in semester 2, make sure that you collect those materials from them so that you put your work in order. You must make sure that you gather all the tutorial sheets, you gather all the lab menus if at all they have some, and also don't forget to simply you make folders on your laptop. You make sure that you categorize everything so that your work may just be in order. It gives so much, it gives so much edge to study and to put in so much effort. If your work is in order, it just gives that desire for you to do even much more. Disorganization really is not part of success. You must be very organized, putting your work in order like you are able to see in the picture. That is what I mean. Make sure that you put your work in order, you put everything in one place so that at least you'll be able to gather your knowledge from there. Let's get to the second point. Wow, the second point is saying you need to come up with a study strategy. Well, this is what I did in my when after my semester one results were out and I discovered I passed. I made sure that I came up with a study strategy. So, how did I come up with my study strategy? Of course, what has been highlighted on the picture is not, of course, really what I did, but let me just give you, a hint of what I did. So the first thing that I did, of course, I made sure that I gathered, I put my information all together in one place. But then I made sure that on each and every topic that I saw, I downloaded videos concerning that topic and I put them in folders, and I was just revising from there and starting ahead of everyone, and I made sure that I went through all the tutorial sheets at least, trying to uh, practice on my own before any lecturer or tutor could, address me concerning that topic. So that is how I went about it. And I made sure that in each day I studied at least, I spent at least 5 hours a day, at least trying to, cope up with the work so that I just get to be better. Okay. So of course, what is in the book is very important. You must have deep you know rational studying. You must have deep understanding concerning what you're doing. So there they are saying deep rational study versus superficial. So deep rational studying simply means where you get to craft the information, you get to dig deeper, trying to get the meaning that is behind the theory that you are studying. Superficial and rote memory simply means that you are trying to just meditate and trying to gather up some information concerning what you're doing, trying to refresh your mind. And of course, you must be able to know what it means when you say concept mapping. So, concept mapping is very important. That is breaking down reading into parts. Okay, it's very helpful, especially for biology and physics. So, you make sure that you break everything down into your particular concepts that you are able to understand. Okay, even calculus, it's okay. You can use the same concept and it will really help. Summarization, of course, this is very important. You summarize whatever you do. You can try to, especially biology, try to go through writing your points without even reading in a book, and that really helps you remember. It helps your brain really remember what you studied. And self-care, of course, make sure you take care of yourself more so that everything just get to be. And self-care simply means eat well. You take breaks and you also get enough sleep. Don't really be distracted by your gadgets, phones, and what. Study hard. Finish at least 4 tutorial sheets each course. So this is what I did. I made sure that in each particular course, I finished at least 4 tutorial sheets before I went to university. So the time I went there, it was just a walkover anyway. Now I already knew what was there. I already knew what I was studying. I already knew what would come in the test. And the only thing to do was just to be passing and passing. Of course, it wasn't easy, guys, but then it really pays. So that's just it. Let's get to the fourth point, of course. Revise again and again. Of course, revision is the key to really know what you want to understand. If you want to know mathematics, then you must study mathematics. If you want to know chemistry, then you must study chemistry. And of course, if you want to be a professional at calculus, then calculus should be your everyday food. uh, you are able to see in the peak this guy here is just there are a lot of books and the guy is trying to go through them, trying to gather up some information. He's reading the same thing that he read yesterday, not because he doesn't know, but simply because he wants to make sure that that gets into him. That is very good. That is called revision. So make sure that you go through your work again and again. Remember, you are teaching yourself. It may not enter right there and then, but with time you become good at it. Let's get to 5. Aim to be ahead of everyone. So this is a very important point. Look at the peak. So you see people walking, and you see one, the red cartoon is running faster than everyone. This is very important. Do not move with the majority, move with authority. So what do we mean? What I mean is, make sure that you study ahead of everyone. While everyone is resting and sleeping and they're comfortable with the points that they got, you make sure that you study hard. Try to aim studying ahead of everyone. Beat the mark, beat the record. At least when you open, everyone should know that this guy, this girl was studying. Yeah. Point 6, forget about your semester 1 points. So this is a very good distraction, especially to NS students. So they get to remember the points that they made in semester 1, and that really becomes their distraction. Somebody saying, I made 10 points, I made 8 points, I made what? And they feel maybe semester 1 is for relaxing, but then they get to mess up because it's a different game. What was in semester 1 won't be semester 2. That's just it. And it's a fact. So you have to make sure that at least by all means you forget what you did in semester 1. Whether you made very good points or not, forget about them. And the only thing that you have to go about is your semester 2. Gather up new strength, gather up new courage, and make sure that your vision becomes stronger and magnetic to attract what you really want to become. Okay, I love this point because it simply says teach it to a friend. So this is very important. When you study hard, make sure that you teach what you study to your friend. Make sure that you teach what you study to your friend, at least a mate, so that you may revise on them. You may not really understand the topic, but really trying to explain something that you've read to someone is a very, very good way to go about something. So make sure that whatever you study, you share it to others, and of course, you will be able to uh, do just fine and great. So these are the ways and the means you should go about your semester two. Good luck. Thank you so much.